So I reiterate here, the bill is dead.
The story of this great city is about the years before this night. We are free!
Hello, everybody. It's a new episode of Ho Hong Kong. In case you're just waking up, I thought this is a very strong way to wake you up. So welcome to the show.
Wake up!
It's wake up. Speaking of cool goatees with the System of a Down reference.
Yo, you got it. Hey, I respect. I was thinking of nobody got that. Yeah, like System of a Down chop soy. Oh yes.
Yes.
I can't believe you got that. Okay, all right.
My goatee having family member
Yes.
is right here.
Yeah. I'm Vivek. My name is my Instagram handle is funny Vivek. What is your Instagram handle, Mohammed?
It's Dr. Mohammed.
I don't think we can keep this up on the whole episode.
Our guest is head-banging right now.
Yeah. We have a guest.
Oh, yeah. What happened here? I don't know why we thought this is a good idea to have guests back to listen to our nonsense.
Yeah.
I thought it's just between us and the audience. But
exactly. No.
somehow
We decided it was time. We've been talking amongst each other for the last few weeks.
Yeah.
We thought, I'm sure all of you are sick and tired of me talking about colonoscopy. You talking about your passport problems. And
very quickly, before we bring the guest on, let me just comment very quickly. Obviously, it's audio podcast, but there is a beautiful piece of art between the two of us.
Yes.
That you decided to acquire recently.
Yeah, so go online, just search for Tweeter Head Joker, okay? Tweeter Head Joker, and you will find this figure where Joker's sitting on a big sofa.
Yeah.
And, he's got the Batman cape behind him and everything. It's very cool, very cool. It's
Very,
an
very
art piece.
cool.
It's a piece one should admire with beauty
And not touch.
Not touch. Mohammed goes into my house late for the interview, late for the podcast, comes in here, starts spinning my thing around, and his hand taps on one of the little knives and breaks them. I have owned this for less than a week.
It's clearly my fault, but it's very amusing.
Exactly,
Just
that
be
would
like,
happen.
oh, this is so beautiful. Boop. Oh, whoops.
Uh-oh.
And-
I mean, I'll be honest with you. The company did send like spare knives because they probably
because
realized
it's the flimsiest part of the piece.
Exactly.
And if you paid this much money and this thing falls from someone touching it, you should ask for a refund.
I mean, I don't know about the refund, but let me put it this way: they'll be like, what did you say? Someone touched it? I'm like, yeah. They're like, yeah. Look at the terms.
Well,
and
it didn't
conditions."
teleport here, so you touched it too.
I touched the box which it was in,
Right.
And I removed it from the box. They probably give you a one-touch quota.
Yeah.
You touch it once only. After
I
that,
mean, to be
you're
fair,
out.
it's very tempting to keep touching it because there's so many little pieces that are sticking out of it.
Yeah, for anyone who's just tuned into the podcast, when he said it's very tempting to keep touching it, so there's many pieces sticking out of it, it is not what you're thinking.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway, let's
Speaking of hot things we want to touch.
out.
Yes. We have a guest, everyone. He is already laughing, so we gotta give him a moment. Well, he's an old friend too. And Jarrod, I'll let you introduce yourself. I forgot how to talk to guests. You talk.
Leho,
Oh.
hello, good day. Just for the reference, this particular statue, I've seen smaller statues in Manmo Temple. This thing is giant. It's
It's the size of my
I
torso.
walk in here like it's Guanyin, it's Buddha. No, it's the Joker, and it's massive. Anyway, good. Hi, hello. I am still unclear why you brought me in here, but it's so great to see you here. I feel like a man with a flintlock pistol walking into a saloon where there's two guys with Gatling guns.
Yeah.
I've spent the last few years trying to civilize my accent and speak slower.
Yeah.
And here I walk into this room
Hyper
here.
discussion.
Well, we
So-
brought you on because we're both going to Australia, so we thought we'd get a crash course on how to talk to bogans.
I will be the designated skip, and yes, I have an inner bogan.
First of all, help everyone understand the term bogan. Now, anyone who's grown up in Hong Kong, this is not a common term we hear. No. When we describe people of your type, we generalize them of all. Whether you're the CEO of a bank or an actual true-to-life bogan, you are known as the term guaylo.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we generalize it, right? We don't like, for example, just like an African American or a black person, it's just hak guai. Whether you're actually African American or African or whatever, it's just like hak guai. That's it.
Yeah,
so we
yeah.
guaylo you all. Now, what makes someone qualify as a bogan?
Bogan is there are varying degrees of bogan.
Okay.
All right, so you know the band AC/DC?
Yes.
All right, bogan band.
Oh.
Okay then. So there's welfare bogans.
Yes.
There's cashed up bogans. And then there's a new thing because of the MAGA movement, bogans with slogans.
Bogans with slogans. All right. Now, this is only a bogan thing that you'd have where you
Right.
need like things to rhyme for them to make sense. I don't. No, wait, that's American. That's crap. I don't understand this word. I'm seeing the rhymes the way.
Wait, cast up bogans, I can imagine, like, can guess, which is like the nouveau riche.
The nouveau
bogan,
riche, right?
Well, they're the ones who like say you're a plumber, but you're earning like $1 million Hong Kong a
Yeah.
year.
Right.
You've got a ute, but it's a V8 ute, and it's like you've got all the things that a bogan wants. Like you've got like 2 jet skis, 2 V8 powered utes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're still just drinking the crappiest bourbon and Coke cans of all time.
Right.
And you're just like, yeah, you know, and Morgan.
Yeah.
That kind of money. He just likes his AC/DC, otherwise known as Akadaka.
Akadaka. Yeah, I've heard that one. Yeah.
Akadaka, ew. I've never heard that before.
I'll be honest
That
with you,
sounds
like
terrible.
one of the culture shocks I did have was when I did go to Australia for the first time and I actually encountered a certain group of bogans where I was like, I think this is what they're talking about. And my brain, like growing up in Hong Kong my whole life, the Caucasian person has never been seen in a light that could be negative, where no matter how poor or bad you are at your job, you still are employed or you can still survive. And when I got there, I was like, wow, this is another level. Like I have not seen, I'm like, because you're, unfortunately over here, especially in Asia as well, you have this thing of like, if they do it this way, like the joke was, if a white guy falls asleep in the middle of the night falling, everyone's like, oh, he's having a good time, right? Whereas a brown guy falls asleep, like, oh, this looks a piece of shit. And if a Chinese guy's like, can't even handle the alcohol, what a crap, right?
Right.
So when we see this happening, I'm like, this actually doesn't make sense now.
That's some similar BS that goes on in Australia in terms of racial approaches to poor behaviour. There was a senior politician who only a couple of years ago was the Deputy Prime Minister of Australia.
Yeah.
Someone was walking past, saw him. He had fallen off a planter in the street, was lying on the ground on his phone, filmed it.
Yeah.
Put it on Instagram and went like, oh, yeah. And a bunch of people went like, you know, if that guy was Aboriginal, he'd be like arrested and dragged
Yeah,
to the drug
immediately.
cell.
Right. Yeah.
But this guy,
immediately.
we all kind of like, ha, look at the drunk guy who could have been the prime minister.
Wasn't there another politician recently who was also like found like drunk on the street and he had to apologize?
This is the one. His name's Barnaby Joyce.
Oh, that's the guy. Yeah.
Otherwise known as the beetroot for the colour of the face.
Right.
And he's one of these guys that pretends he's in touch with the land.
Yeah.
But he went to a rich private school, studied as an accountant,
one of those,
but
yeah.
he wears a hat
Yeah.
and stands on a farm that he doesn't work on.
Right.
He talks about how he's in touch. Anyway, yeah, that guy.
I love it. Like this is what every PR company does. Like if you look at a lot of boy bands as well, they're like, okay, you're gonna be the one that goes with the good girls.
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
the one the bad girls want. You know, like this is exactly it.
This is the village people all over again. You know, you get that. Is that good? I love the village people. They were
Yeah.
great.
Just for our audience to not think that we just like invited like
Yeah, the
Aussie-
random
Yeah, exactly. Just an Aussie dialect master to help us.
You
for our-
advertise at Hong Kong Mums. I saw that post. We're looking for a random guilo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But we'll need one with bogan characteristics.
We need one with Bogan. That was actually the casting call that you responded to.
Yeah.
And
we had
you
one,
made it.
one response.
Yeah, one response. Jarrod, you started at the SCMP.
I did.
That was in how many years ago?
I got to the SCMP about 4 weeks before Jack Ma did. And I think he had a bigger influence.
Right.
I think you were the tipping point. He was like,
Yeah.
who works at Jarrod? I got to buy this stuff, man. I'm going to own this one.
If they're
Yeah.
hiring that kind of skip.
Yeah.
So, I got 2016, I got here.
Right. And what were you doing before?
Before I was working in the ABC, so that's like the, like the RTHK,
Australian
BBC of
Broadcasting,
Australia.
blah, blah.
But I didn't work in the capital cities. I worked in a town called Ballarat,
Mm.
which is west of Melbourne. And, that's why there's this huge Cantonese history
Mm.
behind, because it was a gold town. In fact, they got so much gold out of Ballarat in the 1850s, 60s, 70s that the richest cities in the world were New York, Paris, London, Ballarat.
What? And that's where you grew up.
This I lived there for about 10, 12 years.
Right.
I grew up in Melbourne, but then I left. I left in like 2000 and went and worked at a place called Kalgoorlie, which is just a gentle 9-hour drive towards the desert away from Perth.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then worked there, and then I came back. They started the radio station at Ballarat, and I was there, and worked with the ABC. I was this first generation of people they hired, but they said, "Hey, can you do some radio, but also run the website, but also shoot some video, but also take some photos because this internet thing seems to be taking off."
Right.
So I did that. So I did that for many years, and that's and then I got here, and then Yeah,
So wait, why did you choose Hong Kong? Like, did you just apply for SCMP job and then?
It's a beautiful romantic story, Mo.
Oh yeah. Did you follow a guy?
I met a lovely, gorgeous woman in
Yeah,
New York
oh.
who was living in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And I thought she was fascinating. And then I got back to Australia and I'm like, you know
gotta
what?
be with a woman.
I'm too old to die asking what if. So I messaged her and said, hey, I'm going to come over and let's have lunch and see if we have anything in common. So I flew over here to have lunch with a woman. And then...
Hold on a second. Wait. You flew from New York or
Melbourne.
Australia? Melbourne.
So I was
9 hours.
Yeah.
Did the lunch
So you met
last
her in
at least 90 minutes?
I stayed for dinner.
Oh, that was worth it.
That's just like,
So there was so that was about 2014. So then she's like, why didn't you come over and just check out and see whether you like Hong Kong, whether Hong Kong likes you. Ostensibly, she was taking me for a test drive.
yeah,
respect
trying to see if you could blend in. Yeah,
It was also like, you can see I take up a lot of space.
Yeah.
So she's like, how are you going to deal? So she had a tiny little place down in Baifagai.
Linda Sarris. Yeah.
And then was there and was also in the middle of Occupy. So I got to see the Occupy protest, and I had my first kind of awkward Caucasian moment of journalism. Because she works at HKBU, and there's the HKBU
Baptist
students,
UU,
the oldest student newspaper in Hong Kong. And they're all covering the stuff that was going on. And of course, I'm walking out and seeing the last of Occupy in Mongkok. So because she goes up to work, and I'm like, okay, I want to get on the MTR and go and explore Hong Kong. And I go out there, and I'm like, this is like the greatest show of all the latest mobile technology for cameras and everything I've ever seen in my life.
The ultimate showroom.
Because you would see, like, there's the group of people in the center and this huge ring of photographers and journalists all around them. And I'm standing there and I'm watching this young woman and this old guy full tilt, and he's. I think she was standing behind a stall, like the yellow stall, that obviously pushing the Occupy kind of a movement. And he's like standing there, like saying all this stuff in Cantonese. I'm like, here is a vigorous discussion about democracy in Hong Kong. I pull out my phone and I record it. I think I'm doing the right thing here, and I send it to the chat for these students. I'm like, maybe you might want to use this. It could be really interesting. And I hear nothing back. And then I asked my girl, like, did you hear anything back? She's like, I'll check for you. And yes, they checked. And the translation was the old guy saying, do you fuck your mum? Do you fuck your mum, don't you? Fuck your mum. And the girl is saying back to him, well, you need a dick to fuck, old man. Have you got a dick? Welcome to Mongkok. That was my first experience of the vigorous.
Here you thought that was like you're watching the epitome of like democracy in Hong Kong. And all you're hearing is like, you can probably guess the...
I can do that. For sure. I know exactly, because I can so picture that happening every other week in Victoria Park.
Right.
Like that's not Occupy Mongkok.
That's not
man.
Occupy.
That was just Mongkok.
That's just Mongkok on a Wednesday.
I'm like, the logic stands strong all these years later. Literally 10 years later, we're still wondering, how can you fuck your mom without a dick?
So anyway, I ended up moving here. I came here without a job. And it's been like, well, I hope this works out. And then I applied for the job, and I got the job there. I was the deputy online editor, so I didn't write articles. I was running the website, doing stuff. I ended up doing a lot of Facebook Live broadcasts during the 2019. We did a Facebook Live broadcast from outside of Tiananmen Square. During the 2 sessions.
Wow, that must have been short.
It was very.
It was Facebook Live, which means it never happened.
Exactly.
From Tiananmen Square,
it's still up there. There's a secret bit of technology that I can't reveal on the microphone right now that we use to do it. But trust me, you can just buy it anywhere in Hong Kong. So it's called a phone.
Exactly.
So I'm not allowed to do any journalism on the streets of Beijing, obviously, because I don't have the. So I was working with my Chinese colleagues. So we set up. My guy Lee starts broadcasting. I've got the phone and I'm listening to the audio. The 2 journalists, and we're like, don't talk to anyone on the streets.
Right.
Just interview each other, say what's going on here, blah, blah, blah. Give us a sense of what's going on. As we start recording, I see this one guy, and it's kind of like this windbreaker haircut, what we call sinister eyewear. Just sort of standing there, I'm like, okay. 5 minutes later, there's another one, and another one. another one. And we were on there for about 15, 20 minutes. And by the end of it, like there was like 6 dudes just hanging around. Just hanging around, not looking at anyone else but us.
Yeah,
You know
just watching.
You know when something like that would happen in Hong Kong, when someone's not standing at the top of the building, and one person shows up and another shows up.
Yeah.
So they were actually watching you like, this guy's gonna kill himself.
One way,
One way they're gonna kill himself. That's why we're gonna watch this, man.
Yeah.
This guy's definitely gonna be in trouble now.
So yeah, we did that stuff like that. We did some interesting stuff. I thought I'd print out what was one of the famous, because we have to change the headlines or make the headlines.
Yeah,
for the
we should probably
stories.
have the photo for the art photo for
All
for this
these notes,
episode.
right?
It's just you and your notes.
Yeah.
Because you are. This is episode 160, whatever.
Yeah.
This is the first time ever we had an author here, your best friend Nuri Vitachi. He was on, and he was promoting his book that he didn't have with him.
Wow.
It's like you are more prepared than Nuri, which is actually not really a compliment. It's-
Fancy Nuri being unresearched.
Yeah.
So this is the front page that ran, okay then?
Yeah.
So I remember, so just read this headline for me, Vivek.
Delay no more. Hong Kong leader murky on today's deadline for mainland to respond on fate of missing bookseller Lippo. I love the delay no more.
So that headline goes up.
It went up.
Well, it goes up on a story.
2 hours.
I see these people stand up across the newsroom, look across.
Yeah.
And there was Guilo kind of like old timers like, you know what that means.
Yeah.
I'm getting my phone is going off on WhatsApp. There's like friends from New York Times going, "That's you, isn't it, Jarrod? It's you doing that. You know what that means." Like,
Yeah.
No, it's not me. It's not me. It stayed up and it got a lot of attention.
Of course.
Nice.
Dude, this is the best.
Yeah.
So, and I can say this was at a time when there was a number of Australians on the online team.
Yeah.
So we were, dare I say, racially profiled.
Yeah.
For using a phrase that says what
Exactly,
it says. And all I'll say is that a character I will refer to as the Darth Vader of the newsroom.
Yeah.
We looked at like, should we change it? Gave the hand gesture of like, let her roll.
Nice.
Let it roll. And you could, because we had these live screens in a room that shows you the traffic for websites.
Right.
Maybe that was going up and up
Oh,
and up.
yeah, man.
And again, like about
How
2
many
hours.
beers did you get to that night?
I was the number of people, like I say, who said that had to be you, didn't it?
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
But there was a moment in time when there was probably maybe a little bit more humor. Going on in.
I'll put it this way: like anybody who got that, you've passed the Hong Kong, person mark. Number one. Number two, I love the fact that you used whoever used the delay no more for the topic about the missing bookseller. Of all the topics, go with the one that the whole government's like, nah.
Yeah.
More of a robust period.
Exactly.
In Hong Kong journalism.
Yeah.
That was
Oh
what,
my
2015 or something?
16.
Yeah,
17,
15, 16, yeah.
Oof, that is good. I mean,
you don't think that we can swing that today?
I don't think we could. No.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a specific thing in Article 23 that.
Well, this is like
Once that
in
comes
discussion now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Or
still
is it just...
discussion. No,
Yeah.
it's in
It's,
discussion. It hasn't passed just yet. I mean,
Right.
I'll put it this way. What you can do next time, tell the editor, try to get GOD, the store that sells all these products, to take out an ad. Give them a free ad right next to the headline. And their ad has their slogan where they always put it on their T-shirts and everything. Delay no more.
Do you know, it's funny you mentioned the GOD store because they'd sell the, in English, delay no more T-shirts. I'd sent one to my brother in Melbourne.
Yeah.
But he lives on the side of Melbourne, the east side of Melbourne, where there's a lot more Cantonese speaking people
they
now.
loved it.
And I'm like, dude, have you got that T-shirt still? Do you like wear it? It's like, no, I gave it to my mother-in-law, man. Does she show up at a place called Box Hill?
Oh my God.
You can't tell her that.
Yeah,
Just
you gotta
wanna-
explain
wanna-
to her.
And also feel that for me is a tribute because look, one of the many things that I love of Hong Kong, but I could list them all day. But one of the ones is that I love the level of T-shirt insanity you see on the streets in Hong Kong. And my favorite one day, I was walking down the street one day, I was in Causeway Bay. I see this guy seeing a T-shirt, see Emily play. I'm like, that is the most obscure reference to a Pink Floyd song I've ever seen. And dude, you're an old Hong Konger dude.
Yeah,
Okay,
it makes no
fine.
sense. Yeah.
And then I saw a little Filipino lady, spiritual gangster. I'm like, cool. And then I saw, and to this day, I wish I had taken the photo, little old Hong Konger lady with a T-shirt, will fuck for coke.
There is a whole
Awesome.
Instagram page called Shanghai Observed that does that for Shanghai and all of China. But sometimes Hong Kong stuff gets thrown.
There was a
thrown
Hong
in
Kong
there too.
Facebook page for a while that it got
Yeah.
taken down because it was like Hong Kong fashion, errors of Hong Kong fashion.
Right,
whatever.
right.
I
yeah.
wouldn't be surprised. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're very good. Yeah, there is a lot of that. I mean, you can get a lot of them from Taobao too. You
Yeah,
can
right.
actually like some of them that go viral, and of course, someone starts making those T-shirts.
Yeah.
and you can just make them.
I mean, the best part is that usually you would think these are knockoffs or like, with a typo, so it was selling for cheap.
Yeah.
This is clearly, they either bought it on purpose, much like the person who buys the Delay No More t-shirt,
Yeah.
or they were sent this t-shirt on purpose, much like the mother-in-law who's now wearing Delay No More in Box Hill in Australia.
So here's an example: one
Right.
like construction worker wearing a hat that says "fuck work" in Chinese and in English, and then they went ahead and made it at merchandise.
so that's-
and you can just buy "fuck work" in different colors.
That's Aussie ass.
I mean, see, that's the thing. See, these phrases I appreciate because like people who get it, they get it. It's like there's another layer behind, right? Delay no more. And we were just discussing before the podcast about certain phrases that people say in Australia as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, I know there's a lot of slang. For example, dim sims.
Yes.
First of all, I love the fact that there's dim sims
Yeah.
in Australia. That they had to add plural to the word dim sum, right? And then also mistype it like it's dim sum. Like no, dim sim. Dim sum.
Well, apparently, according to like Annie has a whole thing about it in her show when she
Yeah.
explains that it's not actually Aussie dim sum. It's like
it's a different thing.
It's a different
yeah.
thing.
Well,
yeah.
it's supersized sumai.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
The
yeah.
sto- the story behind it is a dude in Melbourne, a Cantonese guy.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I'm going to make sumai, but I got to make it bigger for the Australians because they
Yeah.
won't do this. But the crossover awesome moment was where he spoke to a Greek guy who ran a fish and chip shop who said, let me deep fry that. And of course, dim sim, dimmy.
Done.
The deep fried dimmies.
Yeah.
right.
When you go to Melbourne, you have to go to the South Melbourne market.
Yes.
Yeah.
South Melbourne dim sims are legendary.
Yeah.
Is it the one outside the market? Like where
Yeah.
the market? Yeah, yeah, right. Okay, I've seen that.
They're,
Yeah, yeah.
they're bigger than normal dim sims, but they've got this pepper thing going on.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's a distant cousin of the sumai.
Yeah.
I'll say that. But yeah, delicious. And also, man, I love me some dim sims in Australia, man, but I love me some bowls in Hong Kong. I get a bucket of bowls whenever I can.
Oh man.
Just
bit of
going back
curry
very
sauce.
quickly to
Fish
that
balls,
t-shirts topic
beef
because I
ball, yeah.
challenge you to read this one and explain to the audience what's happening
shit.
here.
No, I cannot.
No, yeah, it's only you can do it.
Good God.
So very quickly explain what you're seeing.
Okay, then. I'm having an awkward Caucasian moment. Thanks, Mo.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's handing me the thing, and I'm referring to the Shanghai Observed
Yeah.
Instagram post. And there is a Chinese woman wearing a shirt, and someone's done the same typeface font as North Face, and it says that yellow face. But I can also say, too, like things that you can't explain from Hong Kong to overseas.
Right.
Like the Peppy the Frog thing, that's the alt-right
Yeah,
thing in
yeah,
the
yeah,
US.
yeah.
You're like, no, 2019, that was really taken on by the protesters. Like, I don't know why.
Why would you? Yeah.
And also the fact in Hong Kong, you can say, oh, this person's quite blue. Oh, they're very yellow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
you're
It's
like-
okay.
And I just like how Hong Kong's like, we don't care about your anxieties about racism. We're like doing our thing.
Yeah.
And just sort of blow past
Yeah.
that.
I think that's the one thing as well. I've learned to like when I went to Melbourne, the level of political correctness nowadays has gone another level. Where like even as a comedian, when the comedians from Asia, okay, so I used to have to give out flyers at the Melbourne Comedy Festival, right? And I remember I'm the type of guy to give flyers where I'm like, hey guys, come on down to a show. I will try to sell that on the street. Now I'm coming with something like 5 funny Asians. That's right, it's all in English. And I'm doing this kind of stuff. And I had no idea that people are like, you can't say that. You can't say 5 funny Asians. I'm
Yeah.
like, but we are. They're like, you can say 5 people from Asia. You can't call them Asians.
But these are anxious white people.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, anxious white people. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
dude, I had
there's a lot to be anxious about at the moment.
right? And the kicker was this guy tells me you shouldn't be calling Asians and this and that. Also because you're not really Asian. And I'm like, but I'm Indian. He's like, and then he's like, because the Asian, when we think of Asian, we don't think of you. I'm like, I think you're the racist
Exactly.
right now.
Just because the skips, they say Indian in Pakistan.
Yes.
And then, because that's where I learned from the English.
Yeah,
They say
Explain
South
to the
Asia,
audience
I'm like,
what skips is.
yeah, I got to say skip. Sorry about that. So so we talk about Guala. And I'm talking a
Yes.
little bit more about that. Why I find that really interesting.
Yeah.
Coming to Hong Kong. But skips is a word that came up in the 1980s, 70s, 80s, because people were quite racist against Greeks and Italians. And there's a huge Greek and Italian population.
But you also have
especially in
another
Melbourne.
word. I don't know if I can say it. The W word.
Well, see, that's it. Like, use that word in Australia.
Yeah.
which
I
is,
know it's frowned upon. That's why I don't want to get in
well,
trouble in
you can
Australia.
use it because
Yeah.
you can. That's fine because there's a theater show,
Yeah.
a comedy crew. They've done a thing called Wogs Out of Work for many
Right.
many years, and that was the whole thing where they did quite like Richard Pryor.
Right.
We're going to take that word and we're going to make that like a
Oh,
word
I
of
see, I
power.
see.
So I would have at high school, would like, did you ever fucking call me that? Don't you know the Wogs rule? Okay.
Yeah.
I understand that, and that's where the whole idea, like, look, Anglo white people, there are some words you can't use,
Yeah.
but we're going to use them.
Right.
And it's like, oh, how that's reverse racism.
Yeah.
No, it's fucking not, mate. Just read a history book.
Yeah.
You know, we can go down that path there. So, skips. There was a TV show. You know, the Americans have Lassie, the dog that saves
Yes.
everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Australian TV for decades had Skippy the bush kangaroo.
I
love it.
Skippy, of course.
Yeah.
Watch some shit on YouTube about this. Skippy the kangaroo it goes like this, like, what's that, Skip? The kid is lost in the forest. 25 k's northwest of here. He's got a broken leg. Okay, fine. Like Skippy would help these people at a national
Figure- yeah,
park.
yeah.
I think in one episode he might have flown the helicopter, but there is one that is so wrong. It's Skippy playing the drums,
Oh God.
and because it's so wrong, because the background to that is that they use the severed paws of a dead kangaroo for the close-ups of the hands of the drums. So anyway,
Which, having traveled in Australia, you have a lot of severed fucking limbs everywhere, all over your
we
highways.
drive like the highway, and then like my girlfriend's not from Australia.
I
She's
think
like,
you guys
she's
killed it
what's
for
that, like,
national sport.
It's Skippy's just having a sleep. Skippy's having a bit of a rest. So Skip would be like, yo, you Skippy, you dumb fucking Skip.
Right.
Your granddad was a convict, bro. So like, okay, we're Skips. So,
Yeah, right. And it just stuck.
so that's the Anglos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the call them Skips.
That's cool. That's cool. Quite nice, you know. Skips, you know. It doesn't sound really mean.
Yeah,
It's
it
like-
comes
it's like-
from it
Yeah.
comes from a lovable
Yeah, it sounds
character.
very lovable. Hey, come on, come here, Skips. You know.
As long as the target group is embracing it.
Yeah.
I think
It's the equivalent to the Gualo in Hong Kong.
That's right.
They've embraced
Yeah.
the term.
That's
Yeah.
it. So when I learned that word Guala, I'm like, so what is it? Pale white ghosts.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is awesome because there's this story from Australian history, right? So the Brits opened Australia as an open air prison. That's what January 26th, Australia Day, actually is. It's like they
Right.
planted the British flag and said,
Yeah.
we claim this for King, whatever the flag was, King
Charles,
George.
I don't know.
No, it's King George. Planted the flag, the British flag of New Holland,
Yeah.
and opened an open air prison.
Right.
A tradition we continue to this day. Ask anyone who arrives by boat. So there was that. So there was this convict settlement in Tasmania. All right. So but they
Is
opened
it
up.
called
This,
Tasmania?
No.
It's the whole thing.
so I think so. It was. But they had a. But they started this little settlement.
Yeah.
It's Sorrento, so down the way from Melbourne on the
Sorrentos.
Yeah. Sorrento is like now it's just black BMWs and Caucasian people in kind of like activewear.
Yeah.
But they started this little farm there, and this one guy called William Buckley is there, and he's a convict, and he'd been sent out from England for, I don't know, stealing a piece of bread or upsetting someone, whatever. And he's like, there's like 2 fucking guards here, and they don't care. And he tells the guy, like, we can just fuck off.
Right.
And the guy's like, yeah, okay. So they just walk, and they keep walking, and they walk. And this is so before Melbourne is settled.
Yeah.
So they're in this place where there's just Australia.
Chaos, yeah.
Well, yeah, well, not even Australia yet, okay? And a lot of, so there's white fellas and black fellas is the other
Yeah.
phrase we use in Australia. So a lot of
Yeah,
Aboriginal
yeah,
people,
yeah.
blah, blah, blah. So he's walking away, and then they're like, you know what? And I think they get too close to Melbourne. So it takes like an hour and a half to drive from Melbourne to Sorrento. They've walked all the way to this place. They're like, nah, fuck this. We're going back. This is no good. And Buckley says, no, I'm going to keep going. He keeps walking. He walks for 2 days and ends up down the Great Ocean Road, where
Right.
the Great Ocean Road
Yeah,
is
yeah,
now. And it's blah, blah, blah. And that's a place where, a bit more context, you got to think of Australia has the complexity of nations that Europe has in terms of Aboriginal languages.
Wow.
All right. So you just think of a map of Europe, all of those are different Aboriginal languages,
Right.
different nations. Okay.
Yeah.
So quite different to New Zealand with this one Maori language. Anyway, so he's going along, blah, 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 and he's in Wathaurong country, that's where Ballarat is, but stretches all the way down. He walks up. This group of Wathaurong guys see him and go, they've never seen a white guy before.
Yeah.
And they go like, oh, you're a dead guy. That's why you're pale white. So you're one of our warriors who's come back from the dead.
Oh.
Join the tribe, man.
Oh.
What?
Buckley joins the tribe.
Yeah.
This is a true story, by the way.
Yeah.
Because like,
Did he think at the time, he's like, oh, thank God they didn't kill me? Like, he just, like, played along?
he's just kind of like, okay.
See, that's the problem when you have improv classes growing up.
Right,
Yes,
right. He's
and.
like, yeah.
They're like, you're a dead guy. Yes.
Okay,
And I'll be
and?
one
Yeah.
of you. I'll
Yeah.
join the tribe.
Well, not only that, he ends up marrying into the tribe.
Right.
Imagine like, so, dead
Who
guy,
wants to fuck the dead guy?
So
dead
here's
guy's
the-
going to marry my sister. Okay.
Yeah. So exactly.
Like he learned the language. The whole thing is that he learned the Wuthering language,
Oh.
this
Right.
whole thing, and forgot English. So the whole thing kicks off when he is down back on the beach and they're sitting around a fire and these sealers,
He's a method actor.
these seal,
He went straight in.
these seal hunter guys see this kind of hairy guy and they're like, those tattoos are in English.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's this guy? And they get him and they take him to Melbourne is settled by now. And he becomes this tabloid sensation about your white man who lived amongst the savages.
Whoa.
Kind of bullshit.
Right.
Okay, then I said, now you can say, mate, you've got Buckley's chance. And that whole thing about like you've got Buckley's, mate, which is
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
have much of a chance. So it was a whole like thing. And then he's
Please
like,
tell me there is a movie about this.
no, there's not, sadly. Because the next part
That
of the
sounds fascinating.
because this is the stage where there's a guy. Oh, speaking of the statue,
Yeah,
you,
the Joker, yeah.
you know the name for Melbourne is of course named after old dead white guy.
Uh-huh.
But the guy who arguably did the deal with the local tribe. His surname was Batman.
Right, yeah, I heard about that.
They were going to call Melbourne Batmania.
Right.
Oh my god.
How cool would that be?
That'd be very cool until DC comes and sues the whole place.
So anyway, so Batman took this guy Buckley and said, so you can speak the languages with these people, yeah? And it's
Yeah.
at this stage where like this is really where there's a lot of people, farmers are going like, we're just going to take this land.
Yeah.
And the local Aboriginal people are going, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
We can't hunt here anymore. And like you put these juicy, what are they called? Cows?
Yeah.
And we can't eat them?
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
Yeah.
So that's the beginning of the frontier wars around Melbourne.
man.
Right.
It's getting narkier and narkier. And then Buckley ends up going to this thing. It was called the Gathering of the Kulin Nation. So all the different language groups did this huge gathering. If you ever go to Melbourne, Northcote, the Northcote Hill,
Yeah.
you can look down on the Melbourne CBD. That's where they all gathered. And the story is that Buckley looks around and goes like, this is awesome. All this, hey, wait a minute. There's no women or children here. Hey, wait a minute. Everyone's got the spears and the battle boomerangs. Like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
He realizes, like, the Kulin Nation is like, you know what? We've kind of had enough of the white people. It's time to get rid of them.
Oh.
And Buckley's whole thing is like, no, you can't do this because it'll just go horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, the historical account I read was like he kind of talked them out of it. And that was the last time there was ever that kind of gathering because everything, disease, alcohol,
Yeah.
blah, 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 happened. And that's the story of Australia, kids.
Wow.
So anyway, you're talking about dead white guys, pale white ghosts. I'm like, pale white ghosts?
So when they
Yeah.
make
Oh,
that
I was
movie
already
again,
one.
first of all, Buckley, right?
Yeah, William Buckley.
William
First of all,
Buckley.
if they make this movie now, he's going to have to be a trans person.
No.
Just to...
They'll probably do that for the second version,
Right. Oh, yeah.
For the second, if it goes well, the second one will have a
Right.
trans. But it turns out actually,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, but I guarantee, first of all, it has to be played by Tom Cruise.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
what's his name? Wolverine. Hugh, what's his name?
Oh,
Oh, yeah. He's good.
No,
Isn't he
see-
from New Zealand
see,
or
the
is he
problem is
Australian?
this.
he has a skip.
Yeah.
See, the problem is like Hollywood doesn't go that way. Like the Last Samurai wasn't Japanese. You get it?
It was Tom Cruise,
Yeah,
yeah.
so the first Australian
And the
wasn't
Great
Australian.
Wall wasn't whoever Chinese, it was
Exactly,
Matt
yeah.
Damon.
Exactly, yeah, you get it? So the idea is that they'll get Tom Cruise again, right?
Right,
Okay?
right.
Now you have Tom Cruise over there. He's going to somehow save the day. And the narrative
yeah.
will be like, it was just because of him, because he showed up.
Yeah, yeah.
And then somehow there's going to be like some Easter egg in the corner that says Scientology. You're like, oh.
The spaceship will come down.
Exactly, yeah. It'll come down and stuff, and then they'll start digging for gold or something like that. And then they'll be talking about how, like, oh, it was actually a gold city, something like that. I'm sure they'll tie it into some merchandise.
I tell you, they're like the level of sense of humor, like Cantonese being able to make jokes of people of everything.
Yeah.
The history in like Aboriginal, like there's all these words that we use in like modern society in Australia that when you dig into them, you see the sense of humor. So right now in Melbourne, the long weekend they have the Moomba Festival.
Moomba.
A Moomba, right? There's a whole-
Like the vacuum machine.
that's a.
Oh, no, that's a Roomba.
although many people have said Moomba sucks.
Hey, this is the-
So, yeah. So it was always like, oh, it's an Aboriginal word for let's all get together and have fun.
Moomba.
Like, that's nice.
Yeah.
And it's just a festival because like it's Melbourne. We have festivals every other
course,
week.
yeah.
So they have a bunch of thing, a parade and stuff. There's a king Moomba. There's a queen
yeah.
Moomba. You speak to anyone from the Wurundjeri people, they're like, Moomba, yeah, it means us. It means bum.
Right.
So someone has gone like, and that's the same thing with the word kangaroo. It's like the British dudes who moved in, they're like, to the people who live around Sydney, like, so what's that? They're like, kangaroo? Yeah. Okay, it's called a kangaroo then. That's not what it's called in the other languages.
We do something similar back home where everyone refers to the desert Sahara. Sahara actually means desert in Arabic. So we always just giggle at our white people going like, we're going to Sahara Desert. We're like, they're saying desert, idiots.
It's like ATM machine. It's like saying, you idiot, it's ATM.
Yeah.
Chai tea.
Chai tea, exactly.
Chai tea,
That's what chai
again,
means.
Arabic.
It's tea, you idiot. Yeah.
Look, my favourite one is in Ballarat, right? There's this big lake called Lake Wendouree.
Yeah.
Right, big ass lake in the centre of the thing, blah, blah, blah. And there's a suburb called Wendouree. And the whole kind of origin story of white people getting to Ballarat is that these two Scottish stockmen rolled up to this big water hole kind of like lake, saw these Wadawurrung ladies and said, and what do you call this place? And they're going, Wendouree. Like, well, we will call this place Lake Wendouree. It translates as, go away. and I'm pretty sure the Wadawurrung people are being polite in the way it's like, go away or piss off.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm looking for the equivalent here.
We don't have that here.
Yeah, for Dilo.
Let me,
What is the name of this alleyway?
I mean, like, I'm sure some road must have some equivalent to like.
Well, there is Fuckman in
Yeah. There's that
Right.
one. There's like Fook Street and stuff like that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have those.
I have Pound Lane behind my house too.
Exactly. You gonna pound some of that. You know what I mean? The only thing I think is like. Yeah, I really cannot think of it. I think Hong Kong, we were so busy talking about how you can't fuck your mom without a dick.
Right.
That when the Brits were like, what do we call this? We were like, this is child's play.
Yeah.
This is nothing. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You came with a lot of notes. One of them that caught my attention was the Taylor Swift Wuhan connection, and that on its own is just like lovely.
We're gonna go there. Okay,
What is going on there?
So I remember quite clearly the day in 2020, the 22nd, because you used to stand up and have a news meeting. So like a Hong Kong desk, what have you got? China desk, what have you got? Blah, blah, desk, what have you got? Everyone says what stories they're working on.
Wait,
They're pitching
hold on.
at
Yeah.
This is SCMP.
Yeah.
Right.
So you would have a meeting where someone's in charge of certain countries and districts and stuff.
Desks that cover stuff. So it's got the editorial meeting.
Right.
Everyone does it every day.
So was there a lot of peer pressure of like, I see your headline about the fire, I raise you with the headline about the robbery and the fire.
Right. And then someone had to bring the story from Wuhan first. I want to.
This is exactly
They're
it.
sitting there with like the Joker card, like, okay, what's your little story, bitch? What's your little idea?
Yeah, you're like, some local old man stabbed his wife. You're like, just wait.
Oh, your headline says delay no more. That's the big thing you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh.
Someone fucked a bat.
Exactly, yeah. And ate it.
So I remember standing in this newsroom meeting, and like, so there's a thing a reporter will go and do the story, or we do something like we take agency stuff. So like AFP, Reuters stuff, you can use that. I remember the desk editor for China at the time was like, oh yeah, there's a report of like a pneumonia, like a disease in Wuhan. So we're going to get some agency copy on that. And I remember this character I referred to as Darth Vader going, what do you think you're doing? We are the South China Morning Post. Get someone there now.
Yeah.
And like before the end of the sentence, you can see like people get sent right there. You like send people there right now. So fast forward to 2 days later, it's kind of like, oh shit, we all have to pack our shit up and go home and work. I'm like, okay, now quick, everyone in the studio. I got 3 people just to go, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Right. And from that, because I was a very small department of 1, the meetings are really short.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, I'm going to do this every week until the end of the pandemic.
Nice.
So we did weekly podcasts, did all this stuff, to which we had all these people inside mainland China telling us all this stuff that was going on. And there's stuff that we picked up on. And I'm not saying we're like super awesome in the world, but we picked up on stuff that no one else did. And one was the fact that the Taylor Swift fans, Taylor Swift fans in China, organized to get aid and money to Wuhan better than the government. Because Taylor Swift fans know how to organize and get money done and get shit done.
Right.
So we had this a podcast like, this is going on, Dr. Liu and Lung, blah, blah, blah. And the Taylor Swift connection. It was a great
Her fans around the world or in China?
in China just got their shit together. Like,
Oh my god! So they are already on like a WeChat group or whatever. Like
Yeah.
they know each other.
we've got to sort out our friends in Wuhan. We've got to sort out, and like they got social conscience.
I wonder how big they can get before the government starts getting nervous about like how like there's like anything above like 50 people. They're like, all right, you can't. This is now a legal gathering. How many are they?
So
I just love
Yeah.
how much Taylor Swift makes the bro flakes cry.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like makes them cry. And also, again, seeing that she came to Australia and it was a huge gig, blah, blah, blah. But it was like suddenly all these people need to give their opinions. Like, dude, I don't need to hear your 62-year-old dude opinion.
Yeah.
Just be happy.
Yeah.
That there's this huge, like, there's...
I don't understand. Like, obviously, there is the Singapore, Hong Kong rivalry, whatever. We
That
can
was
we can
hysterical.
trash them. Yeah, but like we can trash each other. But like them having Taylor Swift and his exclusive stop is like a massive win for them.
Well, it was
no
also-
one can deny that.
And also, I think what was hilarious was that because the story came out of a Thailand newspaper. Like, I tweeted
Right,
that.
yes.
And it became news like at 10 days later.
Yeah. They broke it first that she's going to be there exclusively.
Well, it was just that Singapore had superior kung fu when it comes to contracts and money.
Right.
And okay, Taylor's got her mom grew up in Singapore, something like that. There's a bit of a connection, but Singapore's like, hey, here's $5 million,
Right.
and oh, by the way, just a little bit. You can't play anywhere else in Asia.
yeah,
Right.
Like, great. I mean,
Something like that,
more
yeah.
money without more work. I mean,
Exactly.
this is everyone's dream.
Exclusive
Yeah.
contract. Thanks for coming. Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Don't have to blah blah blah. Like,
Yeah.
I would just say that that was me doing that new Hong Kong style check of like, should we talk about this thing? So.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be if you come for a working visa to Hong Kong, we just need to check everything you've ever said.
Yeah.
Just to make sure it's cool with Hong Kong.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, then you realize that's not just for Taylor Swift.
Right.
It's for every lighting technician, sound technician, roadie. Like
Yeah.
there's like, what, 200 people, 300 people in that crew. Every single one of those people has to check out
Yeah.
to get a working visa to come into Hong
Not
Kong
happening,
tour.
yeah.
So
Yeah. Why wouldn't I take the money and just like
Yes.
enjoy it?
Yeah.
or people just fly to Singapore. I was talking to a mate of mine. His son at school here had a friend who flew from here to Melbourne to see Taylor Swift.
Not
Oh my
surprised.
God.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
not
He's
surprised.
a
Yeah.
16-year-old boy in Melbourne by himself. Like, yeah. I'm like, he'll be okay. Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll find some friends.
Yeah, I mean, it's crowded in Hong Kong. It's not Taylor Swift concert crowded, but all right,
I mean, I saw Metallica in Hong Kong. That was
Yeah.
huge.
I saw them in Shanghai.
I saw them in Singapore. I flew
Yeah,
down to Singapore.
there you
and watched
go.
them. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been running a one-man campaign to get Iron Maiden to play here because, like,
Oh
if
my
you're gonna
God.
like,
I saw them in Shanghai too. Great show.
This is, and when we finally got out of the pandemic and brought the restrictions down, it was like, okay, then we're going to have like a snap clock and flap. I'm like, the other people we must have Iron Maiden.
Yeah, yeah,
they have
right.
their own plane.
Yeah.
Like the
Yes.
planes would still want flying to Hong Kong. Like, well, Iron Maiden does. They could
Yeah.
be here. They're like your uncles of metal. They're like the nicest dudes.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
You know
I'll
what I
put it- see, the thing with this, Iron Maiden sounds great. And the problem is that the Hong Kong government, before when they got the Rolling Stones in after the SARS issue, they got in big trouble because like it was clear that Rolling Stones was for the older generation.
Yes, yes.
They got in trouble. So the Iron Maiden thing, the government will not go with because they're like, yeah, no, we're not making that same mistake. However, the problem is this, though. They couldn't even get Taylor Swift. Okay, so I would not be surprised if they're like, you know what, get something.
Well-
Can they play exclusive to Hong Kong?
Well, we got Messi to sit outside.
Yeah.
We got the best player of all time.
And now this is the thing. This is what the Hong Kong
and
government...
piss off the entire city.
I mean, this is what the Hong Kong government fucked up. They should have played on that. Be like, yeah, we purposely.
Yeah.
We said we'll be the bigger man and let Messi sit this out so he's healthy enough for the rest of your cities. Unlike Singapore, who selfishly enjoys something and doesn't
Right.
share.
Yes.
You should have done
Not-
that.
Yeah.
I still, I mean, I know there's been 1,000 opinions about that, but like, dude, you couldn't just run up and down the side of the ground. Like, for me, it was
Full
just
on.
like, it was all those parents who had their kids.
Yeah.
Go like, is he on yet, Dad?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is
Messi
sad.
come or
No,
not?
jokes
That's-
aside, it's sad.
That's
Yeah.
the one you go like, come on, man, you couldn't just run up and down
Oh,
the
dude,
field.
full on.
Yes.
Like, full on. I'll tell you this. That was everyone's opinion of like, just like every Hong Konger was like, do you not know how to just solve this problem? Go out there for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Just run it, touch the ball twice. Not once,
People
twice.
will lose their shit.
They'll be like, yeah,
Yeah.
and just like let his teammates just pass the ball to him. Win, lose, who cares?
Take that crappy photo from the stands on your phone,
Yeah,
and do
yeah, yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, so there you go. So a thing I saw come up just the other day, Beyonce, arguably, in my opinion,
Yeah.
a far superior singer. Anyway,
Yeah.
anyway, Beyonce is touring all through Asia.
Yeah.
Where she's not coming.
Hong Kong.
Coming
damn.
here.
I was going to guess Macau, but Hong Kong too. Damn.
Yeah.
She's not coming here.
No.
I am
just
so
gonna,
not surprised.
I'm
man.
just,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do this thing on Twitter. Like, have you got your outrage bingo cards ready, people?
Yeah, let's
Are you
do
ready
this.
for the? Do you
You're
have
pretty active on Twitter, by the way. This is a good time to plug it. Or how do people find you on Twitter?
J Watt, JAY_Watt.
All right, we're gonna have it in the show notes as well. But yeah, I do enjoy your tweets. I'm very inactive on it, but I
I
admire your stuff.
I try and tweet Harry Harrison's cartoons when I can think of a joke or a pun.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because I just because they don't give him enough promotion on their social sites. So yeah, I love tweeting Harry's cartoons, and because I spend a lot of time doing this podcast about China geopolitics, and
Right.
there's all this stuff about like China's involvement in Australia is quite interesting. You know, because there's this.
Yeah, how do you see that relationship now? Because it seems to be kind of all over the place.
Well, I'll tell you what's hilarious. Like, there's a great comedy skit where there's this guy talking to the military, and he's like, "So, without mentioning any countries, can I just understand that who's our major trading partner? Yeah, this country, China. So, who are you preparing for war with? China.
Yeah.
So, hang on, you got to protect the shipping lanes. Why? From China. So, where are we sending all our resources? Oh, to China. Like,
Yeah.
it goes around this circle like, what?
Yeah.
So number one is Australia sends a huge amount of iron ore, like the hugest amount of iron ore to China. It buys fucking a lot of iron ore.
Milk
It has
too.
Beef? The iron ore, it's kind of
Yeah.
like, cool. You know, when you complain about them building the world's largest navy, what do you reckon they're making that out of, mate?
Yeah, exactly,
What do you reckon they're making their tanks out of?
Yeah.
Right.
They're not plastic.
Yeah,
No. So you're sending them the stuff
Yeah.
and then go like, oh my God, they built the world's largest navy.
Yeah.
Well, come on, you can't have it
You're
both ways.
selling it to them.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's that. And also like the stories.
But yeah, you are. But that's what I was saying. Like you have the beef short, the living
Yeah.
crisis, and the prices are going really high. But you're selling a lot of it to China as well.
Yeah, and again, stuff I learned at the SCMP because there's like just super smart people who work there. I love it. There's one particular guy, always educate me whenever I speak to him. Okay, then, and I'm like, dude, what is the thing with like Penfolds wines? Like, do you know Penfolds in Mandarin translate as "run to money," or "run to prosperity"? Is it Pendor or Penfold? Like, but the label Penfolds was as Australia's oldest family-run winery, like huge company in mainland China. Would you like a bottle of Run to Prosperity? Yes, I would. So when you see those photos of shit being smuggled through Hong Kong into mainland China, always take note. It's always Penfolds wine, never anything else.
Right.
Like cases of the stuff.
Yeah.
And there's the great story of the lobsters, man. I followed this for so many years. It's the fucking funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
So we had the dumbest prime minister. There's been a strong competition for that, but just the worst prime minister of all time. And then this guy, Scott Morrison, crazy religious fundamentalist, otherwise known as Scotty from marketing. He was given the name. He gave himself his own nickname.
Right.
So you've
Because
heard,
he's trying to be cool.
he called himself ScoMo.
ScoMo. FOMO,
Cringe.
ScoMo, homo. Let's do this.
You're like, oh, really? You're
yeah.
doing that? Okay, then fine. Anyway, goes up.
It's like
and-
your boomer uncle trying to stay cool, relevant.
You know what?
I'm on Insta.
yeah, exactly.
I think the thing that will cross the line for me is that he refers to himself in the third person. ScoMo doesn't like that.
Right.
Exactly. So anyway, he gets up on a microphone in 2020 and says, "Yeah, we should have like a WHO investigation of
the virus, yeah.
of the
Right.
virus." But then it gets sort of on the Murdoch Sky News, Fox News channel. They're like, you mean like powers like UN weapons inspectors? Like, yeah, like that. Like, did you just say UN weapons inspectors into China? Like, and they're like, oh, look, there's a 400% increase on tariffs on Australian red wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very specifically targeted because red wine.
Because you're running your yap.
Well, they're not normally Labor voters. They're normally Conservative voters. So, and then farmers, like, that was the pressure being they thought would work, and it didn't work. But after all these years, they've removed the stuff on timber, on beef. Didn't touch the iron ore. The red wine is still, those tariffs are still there. Yeah, no, we'll look at it. Yeah, we'll look at it like at some point. But then again, it's so dumb, the narrative in Australia, coverage of China. And it gets back to, there was a guy from the Financial Times years ago who said, you know, in London, New York, DC, the heads of newsrooms only want to hear 3 stories from China. Big China, bad China, weird China. Big China, oh my God, there's so many people. Bad China, oh, it's bad, how the human rights. Oh, weird China, they do weird stuff. And that was just the 3 types of stories you'll only ever see.
Right, so if you have a story that doesn't fit any of the 3 things, like, we can't, yeah.
And Australia just has fear or greed. Fear, oh my God, they're going to invade. Or, oh my God, they're going to like a real estate crisis. We won't be able to sell them as much iron ore. We won't be able to make as much money. Like, that's pretty much it. Also,
what about the lobsters?
Still banned, but there was someone picked up on the fact that...
So they're completely banned. Aussie lobsters banned.
Oh, no. We're just like halting imports because we're testing because we think there might be some pollution. You mean from the Indian Ocean?
Yeah.
Right.
Because like seriously, 98% of the lobsters caught in West Australia on a plane, China.
Right.
China.
Yeah.
But then someone had a look at let me get this straight. Hong Kong normally imports about, 10 tons worth of Australian lobster each year. It's now importing about 200 tons.
Why?
Have you seen like people just walking down the street with lobster sandwiches?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
It's all getting put in polystyrene boxes on a big speedboat.
Yeah.
Straight across the border. So a couple of years ago, the new customs chief in Hong Kong, they had this giant bust and like all these boxes of lobsters out. And someone said, so do you think lobsters are a national security threat? Yes. Australia lobsters national security threat. And I'm like, why are you spending money on nuclear submarines, Australia?
Yeah.
Send in the lobsters.
Yeah. Chop. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, and I'm like, and I have tried so hard to find where the lobsters are coming into Hong Kong. And also I've always wanted to know when they confiscate all this stuff,
Yeah.
where's the lobster go afterwards?
Yes. Do they release them back?
Yeah.
Well, they're not live lobsters.
Yeah, they're not
Oh,
alive.
they're not alive.
No.
Oh, God damn it.
That's probably why.
They're sleeping like the kangaroos you see on the
Yeah,
highways.
exactly. Yeah. That's why all the casinos have lobster for the buffet. They're like, we got to clear the stuff off, man.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I mean, I wish because they're not even that cheap.
They're not cheap.
They're not cheap in Hong
Yeah.
Kong.
Oh, they're cheap in Australia now. I tell you. When I was in Melbourne last, I'm like, I will buy 2 of your national security threat lobster snake. And they're like, what? Like, do trust me.
Yeah,
I'll take 2 of your lobster snake. Thank you very
Saving
much.
you guys, yeah.
I paid about probably 200 Hong Kong dollars for a full lobster.
A full one, like a full big.
like the size of my arm.
That's insane.
That's a proper Aussie one.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
crazy.
I bought 2. We had a feast.
I do like the ones that I went to Queen Vic Market and they have like a lobster roll, like sandwiches
That's
and
where it's
stuff.
at, you know
Really,
it.
really good.
Yeah.
Very
Classic.
cheap too, actually. Like
Yeah.
maybe 50 Hong Kong or something.
King
Yeah.
Island down in Bass Strait. Delicious.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
One more note you had was the Lippo Center
yeah.
story. We were talking
Well,
earlier about like the ugliest buildings in Hong Kong.
Well, the ugliest buildings, but also the Australia-Hong Kong connection is
Yeah,
just not...
I know that one. Yeah.
Not enough is spoken about it. You got to see the movie The Man from Hong Kong. And Vivek, I want you in the remake.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about like woke, like recasting.
Yeah.
Because The Man from Hong Kong starts with Sammo Hung in a foo fight on top of Uluru.
Of course.
All right. It's not Ayers Rock anymore. It's only briefly called Ayers Rock. Move along. And then in the 70s, where people were allowed to stand on Uluru, don't do that anymore. Thank you very much. But also the greatest action film of all time was Golden Harvest Australian kind of connection. Blah, awesome film. Move on. So the Lippo building was owned by an Australian billionaire, built by an Australian billionaire called Alan Bond, who was such a stupid billionaire, he went broke selling beer to Australians. He was a dude
that
that
has to be a record of sorts.
so much money and blew so much money.
Oh, God.
But he built this building, and as I found out today, took a lower price so he could call it the Bond Center because his name was Alan Bond. But it's supposed to be koalas climbing up the building.
Yeah.
When you look at it, you're like,
Is it?
giant koalas
Yeah,
climbing
that's
up the
the
building.
concept. I remember
Right.
seeing them like, oh.
That's so abstract.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I just love that as a we don't even have anything that cool in Australia.
Yeah.
Like in terms of architecture, like, oh yeah, you got the Opera House, good on you. What
Yeah.
else have you got, you know?
Yeah.
Want to have a giant like koalas climbing up buildings, you know?
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
That's the problem. He didn't make it realistic enough. Whereas like, yeah, it does stick out. Now you put it that way, I'm like, I can kind of see the koalas. He should have like made it more obvious, like put like smiley faces on it.
Yeah. And also just make them kind of, I don't know, have like
Slowly move a bit. or
chlamydia
something.
and like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like one floor, like one particular floor is just permanently like
dripping pus.
diseased.
Yeah. But listen, the other one, we had this chat before we got on the mic, and I got to get this out because you confirmed something I've wanted to know for years. With
Yes.
you. And I said Cantonese.
Yeah.
Ding gum. Is
Yeah.
that like true gold, authentic gold? What does that mean?
So we discussed this and basically Ting gum, the key is gum is gold, right? And Ting would be like the best, the top, because you would Ting, you know, that's like the top, the peak basically. San Ting, you know, kind of a thing. So yeah, that would be top best gold.
So top gold. If you're in Australia, you say you're dinkum, meaning it's authentic, it's real. You're a dinkum Aussie. Are you fair dinkum? Meaning
You think it comes from Cantonese?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Because
Story,
and
yeah.
it's not. I'm not drawing massive like conclusions here. Like,
Right,
so if like 1850s, 1860s, tens of thousands of people from Guangdong came to Australia, came to Victoria to the goldfields. All right, so 20% of the male population in Ballarat, Bendigo, Castlemaine, Beechworth were speaking Cantonese.
Yeah.
Wow.
So and then like the legacy of that in the language is easy to find. Like, there's a Macquarie dictionary, so that's the Australian dictionary. They're like, yeah, no, we think it's British or Welsh. I'm like, I call bullshit.
Right.
Because it just plays out like these guys are like, it's top gold, man. It's the best gold. Like, it's dinkum.
Yeah.
There it is. Like,
Dinkum. Yeah,
you're
yeah,
a dinkum Aussie, man. You're a
Yeah.
dinkum Canadian. Right there.
It's so true. It could possibly happen. I mean, the whole joke about the acha term for Indian people was
Yeah,
that
yeah.
when Indians came to Hong Kong to work, they would take any job.
Yeah.
And the
Right.
word for okay or yes is acha. So they became like acha.
Yeah,
acha.
they're just the
They
yes
say yes
guys.
to everything. Yeah,
Yes,
yes, man.
yes.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dinkum. Yeah.
Jared, you're a dinkum Aussie.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much for joining us, man. You have
Thanks,
endless
Phil.
stories. We definitely have you back on. Maybe after we both come from Australia, so we can come back to you with some stories.
See how much of his stuff was really dinkum.
Exactly.
I don't know whether it's going to be like the welcome back or just the post-traumatic stress.
Yeah, we come back.
like kind of like debrief for you
Dude,
guys.
Probably.
the
Yeah.
dim sums are really.
Just like mate, you don't have to be a dumb fucking skip. You're a skip. You don't have to be a dumb skip.
Yeah.
Right.
That and like bogans. There's nice bogans. There's angry bogans. Not
Yeah.
fair bogans.
Well,
cashed
we're
up
both
bogans.
be performing to very different audiences. Vivek would be performing to basically Hong Kong people in Cantonese.
Yeah.
I'll be performing to dinkums and skips and whatnot and the wogs and all of the insults. I don't know if you heard on the podcast like a few months ago when I did the shows there. I was asking about the black people, where the black people were. Thinking like looking for physically black people, which I do a lot in my shows. I go to Taiwan, ask for black people, like wherever they don't exist. I just go like, where are they? And I said that, and turns
room-
out you guys called them something very different.
Well, the room got really quiet.
Yeah. Oh, they got really quiet, and it was also during the referendum
Yes.
when it was already super sensitive.
Yeah.
And I didn't know until I got off stage because I thought like, are you guys just so that racist that you don't even want to acknowledge them? They're like, no, you're asking about Africans.
It's kind of an ugly history. And then the whole thing with African folk, there's a whole bunch of Sudanese people have moved to Australia in the last decades or so.
Right.
So it's actually changed. You know, there's some like Sudanese hip hoppers. You know, Ethiopian. There's some
Yeah.
great Ethiopian bands and stuff like that happening. And that's again another level of complexity that eludes the major.
Well, I usually
major
stay in
narrative.
Brunswick, so I go hang out in Coburg, which is basically just feels like exactly like home.
But that's
I call it Little Baghdad. It's great. Like,
that's what my dad used to work in a factory. Like I know Coburg, and I think
Yeah.
it's hilarious. It was like, the hipsters.
there is a
had to
falafel
move
spot there
there.
called Half Moon. There is an Egyptian falafel spot. Fantastic. Just like I usually just like that's my breakfast spot whenever I go back.
I got to ask a question to you, Mohammed. Have you ever eaten camel?
Yes.
Is
I
it
have.
nice?
It's delicious. Yes.
I've always wanted to.
Yeah.
Because like Australia has, I don't know if you know this, there's a train line called the GAN, GHAN, that goes from Adelaide to Darwin. Why is it called that? Because we used to have a whole bunch of Afghan people with camels walking up and down that
What?
stretch.
No.
Did they take the camels away? Like, no, they didn't. And the camels bred. And now there's probably 1 million or so
You should eat them.
feral camels
Yeah.
running around in Australia.
You should eat them. They're delicious.
Dude, I had this thing like, I was in Vietnam, and I was speaking to this guy, and we're speaking through a translator, he's like the head of the village or stuff. And they're like, so what food do you like to eat in Australia? Like, well, to be honest, kangaroo. And
Yeah.
then the translator said, he laughed his guts out and said, but you make fun of us for eating dogs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's
So,
true.
man, I love Skippy. I love eating Skippy, you know.
Also delicious, by the way. So good. Yeah. Have you had it, Vivek?
No.
It's
guess-
really
Wait,
good.
Kangaroo. or dog? Oh,
Yeah, kangaroo.
yes.
Yes.
Dog,
No, not dog. No, I have a dog. No,
Yeah.
no.
Kangaroo I have, yeah.
Yeah. Kangaroo's delicious. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan. I tried it once. Maybe it was a shit quality or whatever, but I was like, this is really tough.
But people know how to cook it. But it's better when you have it as a
Yeah, I had
burger.
like just at a steak at
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
bar in Australia. Really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, but also wallaby better because it's cuter and sweeter. Wallaby, man. Go and get some
Wallaby.
Wallaby. Yeah.
Man, thank you so much for joining us. One
good
more
idea.
time, people find you on Twitter. Where else?
That's about it. I'm on various other social platforms.
I thought
That
for
I've
a second
used.
you're on a dating app, which
Yeah.
sure we can plug that too.
No, I'm not on a dating app.
Off the market, my friend.
Indeed.
Thank you, Jarrod, so much for joining us. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And one more thing, very quickly, join the Patreon. We're about to record a Patreon where we talk to Jarrod about stuff that we cannot say on public record. So patreon.com/HoHoPod, $5 a month. It's a lot of fun. See you there. Bye.
Yeah.